Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Back on the 56. The sun is out. It's been raining basically for like 2 days straight. Everything's soaking wet. I thought it was going to rain all day today. That's what the forecast was. But let me just show you what's going on. I was going to try to straighten this dent out on the back of the cab. You know, in my last video, the Archimedes video, I bent the bottom of the floor back in place. I'm going to go at that a little bit more with the same principle, but I want to try to bend that, I guess you call it a flange, back in place. And I'll just show you a couple of the things, what I've been up to. See, I took a wire wheel in anticipation of replacing this piece here. I have a new piece like this for the other that's coming. It's supposed to be here. I know I have it. I got to take it out of the box. This piece is here, but I think I'll only replace the bottom piece, which is here to here with the rocker. I don't think I'll replace this back wall, which is in solid shape. And this hole here, rust hole, goes to the cab support. I'll probably just maybe patch that because it's just flat metal. So there's no sense in buying a new piece for that. And then this behind here is a whole nother piece, you can see. I'm going to try to patch that as best I can. I don't want to buy the whole piece. But what's bothering me, before I take this out, I want to make sure that when I put it back in, it lands in the exact same spot. I don't want this hole to be too high, too low, too far out, too far in, or too, I guess, proud or recessed. So I got to really land it in the exact same place it was. And this is a good reference line, this line here. So if I leave this in place. So what I did is I took the wire wheel and I hit all this. And that's so I can find the spot welds. So I'll cut all the spot welds out, all down here. Cut this across and pry it out. And then hopefully when it goes back, when it lines up with this piece here, flush with this, it'll be in the right place. I hope. You know? And then after that, I'll cut out this piece here and cut the patch panel, or cut a patch panel from it, from the new piece, put this back in. And then I think I'll move on to the floorboard, which I have coming. It's supposed to be here Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So once that gets in, replace that. Then the cab corners are coming in. These are all bondoed up. And anything that's bondo on this truck, what I'm learning is they just reinforce the bondo with wire screen. So enough talking about that. What I'm going to do is try to get on. I'm going to move this engine crane out of the way. See if I can bend that piece back in the back. There, I got the camera on it. I hope you can hear me okay. First thing I want to try, it's starting to rain again. Sun was out for 10 seconds and it's starting to rain again. But these seem to be good at bending metal. You can get a good grip on them. If not, I'm going to have to go with a smaller vice grip because it's a pretty good, oh, that's a huge dent. Now that I got my hand back there, I think if I take the vice grip, or smaller vice grip, just pinch it a little at a time, I can maybe pull it in. So let me go get a different vice grip. If not, I might have to drive a chisel under there and kind of work it back. Well, let me get that. So I got the vice grip now. While I'm doing that, ow, this really hurts my knees. While I'm doing this, I was watching my friend Joe Sousa this morning on his channel. He's talking about some of the issues he's having with his tenants and doing an eviction. And I said I should tell my landlord stories. They're not as crazy as the one he told me today. But I was a landlord for years and years before I retired. It just gets crazy. And he's in Rhode Island, I'm in Connecticut. The laws to evict somebody I think are very similar and very favor the tenants. And it just takes a lot to get someone who doesn't pay the rent and who's ruining your place to leave. And the one that comes to mind with me, as far as ruining your place, I had a tenant who was lighting. He was trying to burn the place down. He had a lighter, and he was writing all sorts of things on the wall with the lighter. And I don't know if he was trying to get it to burn, but the other tenants, because it was a rooming house, they were like, "Hey, this guy's going to burn the place to the ground." So it was during COVID, and you couldn't go to court. You had to do it on video. And we had pictures of the condition the room was in and what he was trying to do with the lighter and stuff. And he had just gone, I think he had a mental breakdown, was what the problem was. But we went to the judge and we're like, "Hey, this is a safety issue." And then, of course, the hearing, the tenant doesn't show up for the hearing, even though it's on Zoom. So they're not there to dispute their claims. He said, "You know, we were able to get him out." And it worked out okay in the end. But then I ended up selling that place anyways. I just had enough of it. So I'm bending this back in place as best I can. There's the old fuel line. But the flange, I can feel it. I should bring the camera underneath here. It's two layers. You know, there's the back skin, and then the floorboard curves around and marries up. So I'm trying to pull down two pieces at the same time. I'm getting the front piece, but the back piece is really driven up there. So I'm gonna take the camera. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing, and maybe it'll be clearer as I come over here. Oh, I'm looking at that, and then I'm going to go down, under, and look up. Now, I can't see what you're seeing, but I can feel it. If I reach in with my other hand, hopefully you can see this. The second piece, that's the floorboard. That has to be pulled down. So I might have to lay on my back and do this. I'm going to go get the creeper. Now I got a little better light on the subject. I hope you can see it. It's not washed out with the sunlight in the background. But I'm just going to try to hammer that back into place as best I can. Bend it as best I can with the, I got the body hammer. I got a dolly. Well, let's just see if I can get it straightened out. I'm going to shut the camera off while I'm hammering. You don't need to hear all that banging. Well, let's just see how that goes. And I'll show you after I'm done. Here's the view looking straight up. I'm laying on my back. And I'm just trying to tap away with the hammer. But you can see, I hope you can see, this is curved. And if you walk back a little further, this is what it's supposed to look like. Nice tight seam. They open the seam right up. And for me to drag it back to where it should be, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off. So I just want to make this smooth enough where I can paint it and not look really ridiculous when it gets painted, and the paint will stick and I can sand it. Because like I said, once the bed goes on, the seats go in, they'll be able to see it, but I'll know it's there. So I'm just trying to get it as best I can and then finish it up. Well, there you go. That looks a little better than it did before. Not a whole lot better, but a little better. I'm thinking when I do take the cab off and I'm tilted up on its on the firewall to get underneath, I might have a little better access to hammering and straightening. But I bent that lip back up underneath. There's still a big dent right there, but I really can't get a good swing on it to bend it back out. And yeah, I don't, you know, you can still see it's got a hump. I don't know that I'll ever fix that. But I'll certainly try again another time, but that's enough for today. I noticed some rust going on back here. I mean, I got to show you this underneath too. Let me see if I can get the camera around where I want it to go. I'm going to go underneath and we're going to look into the cab corner itself. Let me grab a flashlight. So that's the cab corner. Actually, you can see that pretty good. But that's the inner cab corner, and it's rusted away. And I have an outer cab corner. So when I cut the outer out, that'll expose the inner. I'll patch that as best I can, and then cover it with the new. And then all this rust, I'll wire wheel it, and then I'll treat it with the acid and the Curaseal and whatever else I could chemically throw at it. A lot of people might say, hey, why don't you just take the whole thing and get it sandblasted? I had those wheels sandblasted. It leaves a really rough surface. So that really beats the hell out of the steel. You see right through that. There's my hand on the other side. Oh. So we'll get to this. I'm excited that the other parts will be here in a couple days. But I got something done today in spite of the weather. So I'm kind of happy. And then I'm really leaning towards getting a Tahoe frame for this. And I've been holding off on getting it. But now I'm thinking I might just pull the trigger and buy it. And I can start stripping that down in a parallel path while I'm doing the body work. If I just wait till the body work's done, I might never finish. So that might be inspiration. So let me know your thoughts on that. And thanks for watching.